What's up, guys? Welcome back to the MontyVerse as we continue Nicki's first time watch through of Mighty Morphin Alien Rangers.
Whoa!
Because they're aliens.
Wait, really?
No?
Oh, okay.
No, but yeah, they are. They are aliens.
Okay. Monty,
Yes?
what are you thinking?
I'm thinking like... I'm thirsty. I'm thinking like water. Thinking like... Why? What? It's hard, right? Because I try not to think when I watch this. Because it's dangerous to think when you're watching this.
And to rationalize all their decision making? I get the feeling.
Remember that like 5 seconds that they tried to make Rocky a science guy?
Yes. Oh, how could you forget that?
They tried to make him a science guy for like 3 episodes, and they were like, nah, he's not a science guy. That's really what I'm thinking about.
I think the problem is that normally they're good at showing how well-rounded and just overall awesome and perfect the Rangers are. That just kind of felt like a weird fluke, though.
Yeah. They were like, we already got one guy.
Who's smart.
We already got the one science guy. We can't have 2 science guys.
Now, this is an interesting decision, is why Yost is back and the rest of them aren't.
Because Yost is ripped. They're like, look at this guy. He's like a Greek god.
How do we know where those Zeo crystals? And since Zord put the crystals through a time hole, we don't know what year are being sent to.
You put that right in that time hole.
The spirits of your ancestors will show you the way.
What? Why?
I don't understand.
Same.
Things are revealed in proper time.
Well, how do they know?
Yeah.
Better get going.
Yeah, that's a good question. Why do they know about the Zeo crystals?
Your resourcefulness and strength for your journeys.
Okay.
At this point, each of you will be propelled toward a different destiny and will be entirely on your own.
A
Whoa.
different destiny.
And your sense of what is right.
Look at that time hole.
Good luck, and may the power
I love the reaction of young Tommy.
Yeah. Zoink. Whoa. That's crazy. Just jumped ass first.
May the power protect you, Tommy.
Look to your heritage, Aisha.
Wait a minute. Rocky was sent by the blue one. Is that foreshadowing?
Maybe.
Let your spirit guide you out.
Time hole.
So, are they going to be gone for like the next 4 or 5 episodes?
Yeah, we're never going to see them again.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, no.
All right.
His hydration level is dangerously low. We must find a pure source of water for him soon.
Oh, my God. Can someone buy this guy an Aquafina, a Poland Spring, Dasani?
Zephyr Hills, or I don't know.
The alien rangers. Let's send a monster down to keep them from finding a pure water source.
Excellent. But this job calls
Didn't they already establish that that was a problem and they would have to go back to their planet?
Why don't they just do the pollution thing again? That worked.
Yeah, it actually did.
completely around the earth to keep them from getting in the way.
When those aliens call, they won't be able to get through.
I don't like the way she said aliens. You are technically also an alien, Rita.
To Earth, yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
Whoa. Where am I?
Whoa.
Hello? Hey, wait a minute. Hola, ¿cómo estás? I'm sorry, I don't speak Spanish. I speak a little English.
What? I speak perfect English.
You're not from around here, are you? No, but I think I may have some relatives from here.
What?
It seems crazy, but I'm looking for a special rock. A crystal. I don't know anything about the crystal. I must leave now.
What?
It's very important.
Like, for a kid who knows a little English, he's very, very
He's
well.
fluent
I
and
only know one
with perfect dialect.
crystal of the volcano.
A volcano.
That there is a crystal in the volcano above our village. Its magic is very powerful. No one has ever been brave enough to climb the volcano and claim it. We
The thing that annoys me about this is all they had to say was that he also speaks English. They did not have to say he
Yeah.
speaks a little English.
I don't want to be that guy, but this is very surface level Mexican culture.
So let me guess, are they gonna like find a way to connect all the Rangers and actors' heritages to where they go?
This would have been nice if like we were given any indication of any backstory or cultural relevance of Rocky's history.
Access that information.
Oh, in this time period, who would know where to find a pure water source?
Wait a minute. Maybe it's not who, but what.
What do you mean, Billy?
Water.
Grove Aquarium. Species of marine life there.
What?
Think you can communicate with them?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So they are just Aquaman.
We're fluent in most aquatic languages? Is that supposed to be Mrs. Appleby?
No, I mean, I guess they had other teachers back before they cut all their funding. No, that can't be.
How about a Klingon?
Boys, I hope you're talking about what your topic is going to be for the science project.
No, ma'am. We're just talking about the alien rangers.
Also, where'd they get those buttons from?
Yeah, when did they stop for promo photos?
What skull means is that we were thinking about doing our science project on fish. Fish? Fish. We're going to the aquarium after school to do some research.
Well, that's more like it.
Yeah.
How about Dracula?
What?
This guy.
I know.
All right, where are we and what are we doing here? Amazing. We're
That's a good question.
function mechanism at the base of the command center. Which is where?
The command center has like no motion sensors, like detection.
But remember, Zordon's in charge of everything.
That's true. They're probably going off and he's just sleeping.
Knows that we go that way. Well, I guess that leaves you out. Let's split up. Suits me fine. No.
Oof.
Oh my god.
You won't be so smart when I find the command center. That's right.
Goldar, also put your wings away.
We're almost
You're being rude.
It's also very, you have to think that's inconvenient in small spaces.
Yes.
So that's the kelp forest, you guys. Shall we go on to the next
Ah. Ooh. Wait. This is after school. Why is there a school trip going on?
Maybe it's like an aftercare thing.
Sestro, see if you can communicate with them.
This is weird for even for Power Ranger standards.
Yeah.
Extraordinarily intelligent creatures.
Were they able to tell you anything about a water source?
They tell me there is an extremely pure source of water that runs through the forest outside Angel Grove. A stream.
Well, the forest is on the outskirts of town by the quarry.
Whoa.
Everything is at the quarry.
The forest is on the outskirts of town by the quarry.
Which always looked like it was kind of in a desert.
Yes.
I can't believe this. We're your biggest fans.
Aww.
We almost got expelled because of you guys.
What?
Help, strange child.
Captain Kirk. What a
Aw.
stupid question.
What?
Star Trek is canon.
Riding your UFO.
Guys, the aliens are a little busy right now.
It's the old guy from the water park. Listen to you, mister.
That's true.
Yeah, it's not a bad question.
I shall return once I have rehydrated.
So maybe you should take the rest of them with you so you can all
Yeah.
just slurp it up.
Yeah, because you're all gonna get thirsty eventually. I mean, we know the real reason.
Yes. All this desert full of the fresh water.
For us that we are able to communicate with the Earth marine creatures. How peculiar. I get the strangest feeling that I am not alone. Really? Delphine? Is that you? What? Oh no!
Wait a minute, but this. Okay, no, I was gonna say that was original
That
footage.
monster hit him so hard he flew all the way to Japan.
Yes.
That's crazy.
That's amazing. That's a very effective monster.
and changed the material of his suit.
Ranger, feeling a little
Wait,
parched.
what?
What?
To the chase, shall we?
So much for being
The
near
sun,
a
if
forest.
anything, the sun is less powerful in this shot.
Out of my way, foul creature.
Skip the dramatics.
I could already tell this was gonna be cool as shit in the Sentai, because it looks like a showdown, like
Yes.
a samurai duel.
Prepare to meet your doom, my pretty.
Why the Wicked Witch impersonate? Because of the hat?
I get. Yeah, probably.
Because they knew in 30 years Wicked would be popular?
Before it was even written.
Yes.
I hope it wasn't written yet,
They
or that's wrong.
They jumped out of the time hole and they saw it, and then they went back.
The crystal is supposed to be located under the summit near an old charred tree stump. Thank you for bringing me here. I must go now. My father does not want me to be too close to the volcano. He fears it may erupt soon.
This is so weird.
This is I remember these, but I only remember like 2 or 3 because
Wait, what? What?
are we supposed to believe that there's a fully functioning popcorn machine in the command center?
That he was able to just go and use and not get caught?
And Zordon's been hiding it from them this whole time?
I feel for these actors. They're trying.
They're trying so hard.
This is Billy, I read you.
They're earning that paycheck.
Sestro was attacked at the quarry before he was able to complete hydration. He needs help.
Did he ever begin?
Nope.
Guys, the alien rangers have to leave now.
Just punch the kids.
Their friend needs their help.
Yeah.
That would have been a good idea in the first place.
I know, right?
But we know why.
Yeah, but
I know.
Beam us up.
bro, stop with the Star Trek references. Jesus, we get it.
The writer must have been a fan.
That water does not look fresh.
No.
My God, that was horrible.
Bowling ball. She's supposed to keep him out of the water, not knock him in.
What she needs is a little boost. Make our monster run.
They're so trigger happy in season
Yeah.
3. They're just like, all right, grow them immediately.
Yep.
Okay. Big bad battle Borgs. Oh.
Oh no.
Lord Zed must be blocking our transmission.
Oh no.
Wait, that's actually smart.
Yeah, well, he said he was gonna do it, but I didn't think it would work.
I know.
Whoa. Okay.
Whoa.
So it didn't work.
It
They
didn't-
just summoned different Zords. Whoa, that was
Whoa.
sick. Imagine like how cool it would have been if they were able to use this the whole time.
Yeah.
Cause that's sick.
No, I mean, that's cool. And this is interesting because it's like now we actually have a better look at what Kaku Ranger actually did.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they probably shouldn't be quiet during that because that loses all momentum.
This is the problem. They always do that. They'll like do ADR for like part of it, and then the part that really should have ADR, they don't do it.
And I don't really understand why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They did it.
I mean, at least it looks cool.
Yeah, it all looks cool, but we know why it looks cool.
Yes.
Because this was the Sentai team that did all this. I love all like the ninja aesthetic.
Yeah. I mean, and this is like, wait. Oh,
That was super easy. The Shogun Megazord is like on paper the strongest Megazord. It always wins in one shot.
Yeah.
Don't say what? That all your friends are a bunch of losers that couldn't beat a drum if they had to?
What? What?
Whoa. Whoa.
I mean,
Drama.
he's not wrong. Well, he ate like more than half of that already.
Oh my god, I already know what's gonna happen.
Well,
No, he was spilling it to leave a trail. But you know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Yep. And he's eating it. That's
Yeah. That's foul. As
he's
you
a
would
skeleton
say.
guy.
Okay, still.
His name is Rito Revolto.
Sorry, I didn't know. I mean, I was hungry. You were hungry. How would you like a knuckle sandwich? Thank you, but no. I'm full now.
Oh my god.
Like, that's a good joke.
Yes.
That's a very good bit. Oh, remember this? How is this the C plot of the
Yeah.
episode?
The problem is they probably intended it to be the B plot, and then Rito and Goldar was just funnier.
They intended it to be the B plot. It should have been the A plot, and somehow it's the C plot.
Yeah.
Rocky can never get any respect, even in his
As a kid.
like big backstory episode.
The thing that's crazy is I feel like we would have cared more if they were like their normal ages.
I would have cared more if they did anything of any meaning outside of just like having a kid in a poncho carry a donkey and not even like reference where they are.
Like, imagine if they had a fight, if some of the goons were sent here that they had to do something about.
Like, yeah, it was like he got to meet the kid's family and they taught him more about the culture.
Well, no, you know they don't care about
I
that.
know they don't care, but that would have been very cool. And I think it would have meant more to Rocky.
Yeah.
Whoa, did you see what color glue?
Whoa! I have no idea what that could possibly mean.
What does that mean? But he's wearing red. That's so confusing. Maybe they all glow.
What?
Blue.
Wait. I'm sure there's a simple explanation for that.
Yeah, there's definitely a simple explanation. Well, who do you think taught Goze that line?
Wait, what?
What? See what I mean?
Why is the whole village there now? Also, like, what exactly are they cheering?
What? I don't understand
Is
it.
it because he didn't die like they thought he would?
Hey, you did it. The crystal is making the volcano unstable. You saved the village.
Wait, how did they know? What?
No way. See, you were incredibly brave. Thanks.
I wish they established that, because then that would have given it more stakes to begin with.
You know what? I never asked your name. It's Pablo. Pablo de Santos. No way.
Oh.
Pablo too. Hey, maybe we're related. Yeah. Maybe.
So that's his grandfather.
Muchas gracias.
And we did nothing with that.
Pablo, vámonos de aquí.
Now,
I gotta go now. Adios, Rocky. Adios, Pablo.
Oh, God.
just got sucked right in that time hole.
Hey, where did he go?
As the only one who...
I'm so triggered by that.
You will now be able to summon them the next time they are needed.
That's convenient.
These foes have proven to be quite formidable.
Whoa!
Weird.
Look at that shape. Interesting.
Whoa, it's like a triangle.
Yeah.
Congratulations, Rocky. The first odyssey for the Zeo crystals has been completed.
Whoa! What an
Whoa.
odyssey! What an odyssey!
Now what you were talking about.
A journey into your heritage will always bring a rich reward.
But did it?
Things are doing okay.
Interesting.
But did it?
Yeah. Oh man, that poor kid and that donkey.
That poor donkey. The poor everything. The poor everyone.
I mean, at least they had people on stand.
Poor Rocky.
Oh, God.
Oh God, he broke the camera. What the? Why the sound effects there?
Because they're trying to have fun, I guess. Because remember, Rocky just wants to have fun.
I feel so bad for Rocky. I'm not even going to make a Rocky joke. I'm not even going to mention how maybe climbing down into the volcano gave him back problems that might come back later. I'm not going to make any of those jokes. I just feel bad for the guy.
Yeah, because I do have to say, I feel like this episode was overall a step up from the last couple. Because I thought the alien stuff was actually pretty decent and entertaining. I like when they get to actually do stuff. And then you had the stuff with Goldar and Rito that was funny.
Which
And
we don't need.
we don't need, but like you said, I think it at least felt more satisfying than the Rocky plot.
It was more entertaining.
Yeah.
Because they're entertaining.
I don't know how to describe it because I feel like the stuff with Rocky could have been better. It's
It
hard.
100% could have been and should have been better.
Yeah.
It's so like
It felt surface level.
it's surface level, it's insulting, it's stereotypical in a lot of ways, tropey. And I just feel like because this could have been used to really enhance much needed character work for Rocky.
I'll be honest, I'll push back on that a little bit in the sense that it's not that I think it felt tropey. It just kind of didn't feel like anything.
You're right. It wasn't even good enough to be tropey.
Yeah, because I didn't think there was anything like inherently overly stereotypical about how his ancestors were portrayed. They were just not really there to do much other than have the grandpa guide him after magically knowing all that English.
There was no emotional journey for us because we didn't know it was his grandfather.
No,
there was no emotional journey for Rocky because he didn't know it was his grandfather.
And even if he did, all he did was guide him to the volcano, and that was it. And like, I get they were trying to build some suspense with him going down the volcano to retrieve the crystal, but again, it felt like, I don't know if it's a lack of connection with the younger version of him. I just kind of feel like it was not much going on because all he had to do was grapple down, and that was pretty much it.
Can you imagine, like, even if they didn't want to like pay the actors for lines, if they didn't want to pay them to talk, they could have just had the kid and Rocky like show us their journey walking, and maybe have the kid go, "Oh, you know, this crystal has been plaguing. It's bad luck, and it's been it's been a sign of distress for the village." And he's like, "Man, that reminds me of a story my grandfather told me about how this crystal used to be bad luck." And it does two things. One, it makes Rocky part of his family's folklore. And two, it gives him rich historical context for the Zeo crystal, because the reason he had to be the one to take that crystal is because he had to be the one to lift the curse from his family.
Yeah. And that's crazy because with all the time they devoted to it, all they had to do is put in a few more lines, and I think it would have felt richer. But
we got more development for Boken's skull this episode than we did for Rocky, and that's a shame. Listen, I love making fun of Rocky. It is a deep pleasure of mine to do, but I really feel bad because this should have been the episode that gave him something, because he's desperate. His character desperately needs anything, because they've been trying for a season and a half to give him any sort of personality.
The biggest problem is just a lack of consistency, because, I mean, since the beginning, like you said, you make the jokes about him being a science guy, and that goes nowhere. He had, like, some good snarkiness early on, and that hasn't really maintained itself. Or even just a martial arts focus on that. Because, again, I think if they even had, like, a fight scene with, like, any henchmen, that could have been something.
Or even, like, have him take over Jason's classes. Like, have him just do something. But, like, so far, it's nothing. And I think this episode, if anything, was a detriment to Rocky. Like, yeah, we understand that he's from... I can't even say that was Mexico. Was there any indication outside of, like...
that it was just a Spanish-speaking country?
Yeah.
I honestly don't know. We could have missed it. But that's the other thing. I think that's the first time they ever established that, because even Adam, even though it was, like, just one episode, they established that he had Asian heritage.
Yeah.
And again,
and you know, I like that. I love episodes about family and about cultural history and about discovering, you know, more about someone's backstory. And just kind of like,
Or the other thing is that, like I said, if they establish like more skills with him, maybe if he was a climber, that would have felt more satisfying. Oh, he like had to descend down to get it and climb back up.
Yeah.
Like if there was just some connection, because again, it's not an inherently bad plot on the surface, but that's just the thing. It's just the surface.
The problem is they should have done what I said, because that not only does that make sense for the location, but for the character and for what they were trying to do. But oh well, maybe the Disney Plus reboot will tap me and they'll do this story again.
They really should.
If you guys like this video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all of our latest content. If you want to check out our other Power Ranger reactions, click the link on the page. Until next time, guys, stay versed and may the power protect you.